It's the JR Show from Studio 99 at the American General Media Complex. On air at News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. Online at kernradio.com. Now, here is your host, JR.
Top of the day to you. This is the JR Show. I am your host, JR Flores. You're listening to Kern Radio, streaming live on kernradio.com. You can also download the Kern Radio app to your smart device and take us on all of your holiday vacations. Also streaming live on YouTube. That's right. Head over to YouTube right now. Look up Kern Radio or the JR Show. Hit subscribe and that notification bell and come along with us every day live at 2:05 and watch us in all of our glory right there from your TV if you want to. All on YouTube. We're also on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X. Just look up Kern Radio. I am also out there, JR Flores. Or why not JR? It is Christmas week. It's finally arrived and I can't wait until Friday, December 26th. That's right. Just get it all over, just done, get it out of the way, get it over with, open up all the presents, get all the great reactions on all of the faces, throw away all of the wrapping paper, take down the trees and all of the ornaments, and put it away till next
day
year.
after.
Yeah.
Day after.
Heck yeah, especially if it's on a Friday. That weekend, it's all gone. All of it. Pull down the lights. Wrap it all up and put it all away till next year. Although I haven't even really put it. I'll put up the tree today, Chris. I promise. You'll see it right in the window when you walk by the house. I'll put the tree up right there in the window for all to see. 5 days. That's his lifespan, and then it comes back. And that's only because I have a child. If I didn't have a child, I wouldn't even put up the tree. Do you have a tree in your apartment, Christopher?
That's only because I can't afford it.
AGM, it stands for Ain't Got Money. Anyways, the boss isn't here this week, so it's fine. We got a great show for you lined up today. Plenty of things to talk about. Shortly here, I'll jump back into the Zack Scrivner case. More, I thought about it over the weekend, and I'm about to go off. Tell your mom, tell your kids, tell the wife, tell the in-laws, all of them. Tell them to come to the radio, to the YouTube, to your TV, wherever you're listening or watching it. You got about 2 minutes till JR goes off on the whole Scrivner family. The whole Scrivner family. 2 minutes. Set a watch. We'll talk to Jeff Salters a little bit later in the show. They got a groundbreaking going on for Salty's Barbecue. They're the latest or newest or moving establishment just up the road from where their Rosedale location is now. I'll let Mr. Salters tell you about that. We'll talk about the best Christmas movies, maybe not the best Christmas movies, but at least your favorite Christmas movies compared to what are considered the best Christmas movies. And then we'll wrap it up with sports, the week in NFL. What a crazy ending to last night's Sunday night football game. We'll talk about that. Who's in the playoffs, who's out of the playoffs, who still has a shot. Plus, Jake Paul finally got knocked out. We'll tell you who served him. And is the gimmick over? Talk with our man Chris Burdick from the Early Bird Special. You can hear that show on our sister station, KGEO Sports Talk, 1230 AM, 101.1 FM. Heard every morning from 7 to 9 a.m. Again, the Early Bird Special. You can also check them out on YouTube as well. Just look up the Early Bird Special. You'll want to subscribe to that as well. And what else is going on? That's about it. But if you want to comment at any time, 661-842-5376, 661-842-KERN. Oh, and the question of the day is, what do you do with the gift that you bought somebody if they break up with you 3 days before Christmas? No, Chris, it's not personal experience. I'm just asking for a friend is all. That's all. 4 days before Christmas, technically. What do you do with it? That's the question we'll pose to the listeners. But my 2-minute timer is up. Hope you got all of the family around the old radio. because I am about to go off on the Scrivner family. What's that, Chris? Go ahead.
Oh, I think I have my answer to your question.
What? What do you
Depends
do
how
with the
fancy
gift?
it is.
Oh yeah, no, I already got plans for it. Don't worry, it's got the receipt.
I was
right
like,
in
give
the
it to mom.
back. We'll talk about that as well. But my 2-minute timer's up. Got to go off on this. Basically, the Zack Scrivner family and how they've all. What's that, Chris? What do you
Oh,
say?
I'm sorry. I was gonna say I found that audio for you.
Oh, okay. Thank you. That's part of what I'm about to talk about because the sheriff also reacted to the Zack Scrivner case. He had some audio with KGT. And if you don't know by now about the Zack Scrivner case, you've been under a rock. It's former Kern County Supervisor Zack Scrivner, and he has been on the He was elected first back in 2000, and where does this start? 2010. He was on the Board of Supervisors. That's after doing 6 years on the Bakersfield City Council. He got his start in politics as a field rep for Kevin McCarthy. And now he is getting away with basically with the crime here in Bakersfield, in my opinion. He has asked for a mental health diversion in his case, in which he was charged with 2 counts of child endangerment and illegal possession of firearms, even though there are plenty of, in my opinion, things that are in the investigation that could have led to some sort of sexual assault or molestation charge. Again, just my opinion, and that's according to evidence brought by the state's office in the prosecution. Should I just say allegedly, just to cover my butt? And it all went down because one night after a supervisor meeting, Mr. Scrivner was high and drunk, got into bed with a minor in which the state prosecutor alleges fondled breast and genital areas for over 10 minutes, in which the victim lay frozen in fear. All of his kids were at home that night, according to records and allegations. Scrivner's parents also showed up at some point, and a phone call was made. And this is where I am going to just go off. A phone call was made from Kathy Scrivner, who is Zack Scrivner's mom. She also sits on the Kern High School District Board. Her sister, who she made the phone call to, just so happens to be our district attorney, Cynthia Zimmer. Cynthia Zimmer then placed a phone call to Sheriff Donnie Youngblood. If the only mistake that Sheriff Donnie Youngblood made was taking that phone call and not hanging up immediately on Cynthia Zimmer and telling her to call Tehachapi PD. Instead, deputies were sent to Mr. Scrivner's home, in which he was never arrested, never booked, and now we'll never see a day in jail because he had his mental health diversion class or whatever approved. Miss Kathy Scrivner, a retired teacher who taught for years at Panama Buena Vista District, and again, sits on the Kern High School District since 2022, according to the state prosecutor, also encouraged the kids, the victims, the real victims in this case, encouraged them not to talk to the police. And it's also alleged now that she is upset with the district attorney, Cynthia Zimmer, for calling the sheriff that night. Why Kathy Scrivner is not being charged with obstruction, I have no clue. Why there aren't calls for Miss Scrivner, Kathy Scrivner, to be thrown out of the Kern High School District Board, because if this woman is going to protect her son over her own grandchildren that he victimized, how can you even begin to protect children in the Kern High School District? So yeah, he might have got special treatment, and I don't know why the state never charged him with any sexual crime. I'd like to at least believe that the state doesn't like Kern County and probably doesn't like Cynthia Zimmer enough to do her a solid, to do her a favor for her nephew. I would like to assume that. But that doesn't mean it's still not about who you know in Bakersfield and Kern County. Because if Zack Scrivner isn't related if his mom isn't Kathy Scrivner, who is the sister of the district attorney, she never makes that phone call that night. She never gets to call the district attorney. The district attorney never gets to call the sheriff. The sheriff never gets to call in his deputies. So while I can't sit here and say the state gave him special treatment, it's still about who you know in this town. Because grandma is sisters with the district attorney and is telling, and this is where I have the biggest difficulty, because the victims are the kids in this. And when I say the whole Scrivner family has failed them, I mean the entire family, not just Zack, who put him through this, but mom, I'm sorry, I'll go there. Miss Christina Scrivner, who sits on the Kern Community College District, who was once a Tehachapi City Councilwoman. I don't want to say you should have done more to protect your children from their father, but if you had any inclination that anything was wrong with that man, those kids should have never been in his custody whatsoever. So they were failed by dad, they were failed by mom. Now they're failed by their grandparents, who are telling them not to speak to police, obstructing an investigation. I'd love to know how the district attorney feels about that, because if it were anybody else telling a victim or witnesses not to talk to police, boy, oh boy. But no comment from the district attorney's office. And now the justice system has failed them. And anybody who's ever been associated with Zack Scrivner is finally running for the hills. We have politicians that used to hang out with him, running, making claims on social media about, oh, how terrible it is. Now, I'm not saying you knew what was going on. This, and I don't even care. I don't even care who hates me for saying the things that I just said. I really don't. I'm not going to carry the water for any political family or political kingmakers in this town. I don't care. I'm not beholden to them. I don't owe them anything. I owe it to the listeners. I owe it to the citizens of this community. That's who can hold me accountable. I don't care about the relationships of the so-called important people in this town. This is beyond crazy. And every single one of those family members let those kids down and are continuing to let them down. Got to get to a break. I will calm down. I promise. If you guys want to comment, 661-842-5376, 661-842-KRN. You can call or text. You can also jump in the chat on YouTube. Just head over to YouTube, search up Kern Radio or the JR Show. We're live right now. You can jump in that chat. I'll get in there during the break. Coming up after that break, I'll talk about another example of who you are and who you know in this community. We'll go back to our least favorite drunk, Miss Madison Williams, and a story I read about somebody else in a similar situation and the sentencing they were just handed. Yeah, this freaking town. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. I'll be right back.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. Start your day right. First Look with Scott Cox, 6 to 9 a.m.
On the Tuesday, the Christmas Eve, if you will, version of the First Look program, we will talk to the great and powerful Lois Henry, CEO of sjvwater.org. We'll have news, we'll have traffic, we'll have weather. It's all happening 6 to 9 a.m. right here at News Talk 96.1 and streaming live on a worldwide web at kernradio.com.
First Look with Scott Cox, 6 to 9 a.m. News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
Sniffles and sneezes got you down? GoodRx is here to help with big savings on commonly prescribed cold and flu meds. GoodRx is free and easy to use. GoodRx is accepted at all major pharmacies like CVS, Walmart, and Walgreens. Just search your prescription, find a coupon, then show your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx is not insurance, but it works whether you have insurance or not. If you do, GoodRx may beat your copay price. Download the free app or visit goodrx.com to save today.
10 athletes will face the toughest job interview in fitness that will push past physical and mental breaking points. You are the fittest of the fit. Only one of you will leave here with an iFit contract for $250,000.
This is when mindset comes in.
Someone will be eliminated.
Pressure is coming down.
Trainer Games on Prime Video, January 8th. Watch the trailer on trainergames.com.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. $5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code FAST25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FAST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FAST20.
Hope everybody had a great weekend. I didn't do anything. Literally, I didn't do anything. Don't hurt him, JR. Oh, we're going to hurt him today, boys. We're going to hurt him today. It sounds like some Lords of Bakersfield type level of protection. It really does. And the fact that Grandma is protecting son over grandchildren. That's a certain kind of special. Yes, they do have their tentacles. Yeah. Thanks, Gordon. Yeah, props to KGT for covering and getting our listeners on. It's been going on for a long time, Mary. A long time. Ever since he went back to high school, or ever going back to high school, when he got popped for the weed, selling drugs in college, getting off on that, getting completely not being held accountable or responsible for that. Yeah. Yeah. You got in trouble, Sergio? No, you didn't. Seriously? It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Every store. I was singing this weekend. Where'd I go? I went to the Dollar Tree last night to try to find some wrapping paper, and I was singing Christmas carols. Doesn't mean I'm in the spirit. I just hear them all freaking day, and they get stuck inside your head. Whatever. What, Chris? What? I'll put up the tree today. It'll be up all week. It's Christmas week. That's right, and I'm especially happy because I'm off the rest of the week. I'll be back on Friday. Okay? I'll be back on Friday. 661-842-5376. Anything on the text messages before I move on to this more of about who you know in Bakersfield and what's that?
That whole family, Scrivner and Zimmer, needs to move out of Bakersfield and take their alleged child molesting man-child with them.
Yes, since he's free to go, please go somewhere else, away from this community. And if what the state alleges, because it's not JR that just made that up or heard it through the grapevine, or somebody told me that they heard that grandma was telling kids not to talk to the cops. No, that was the state prosecutor's office making that claim in court on Friday. So don't run around talking about, well, JR's making up these rumors and allegations. No, that's the state. That's according to the state, not me. Don't get it twisted on JR. And if it's true, she should not be allowed to hold any office ever again whatsoever. And if you support her or vote for her, you got some. Don't even get me started. 661-842-KRM. What else?
I bet there's going to be some tension at the Scrivner Zimmer Christmas dinner.
I don't think that's going to happen. There was another party over the weekend that I usually attend that I've seen the whole family at before, and boy, I would have loved to have been there. I bet you they weren't in attendance. So, not even the district attorney better not even show up this Christmas season at any parties. And if she runs again next year, which I, in my opinion, highly doubt. Because yes, she is up for re-election this year. Or can we say this year already? Is it officially 2026? Since all you holiday jumpers like to jump right over all these holidays and go right to Halloween.
Oh, see, that's the great thing about Christmas. It extends all the way to the end.
Jump right over Thanksgiving to Christmas. Can I go ahead and jump over Christmas and go to 2026 already? Is that allowed? This year, she is up for re-election. So we'll see if she decides to run again, as well as the rest of the Scrivner family. Got to get to a break. On the other side, I believe Jeff Salters will be calling in, or heck, we'll just call him. Talk about a groundbreaking on the new Salty's barbecue and catering spot. Where can you expect to find it? Up next, it's the JR Show.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington.
Sergio, did I really get you in trouble?
Suspended leases for 5
Like legit too.
offshore wind projects under construction along the East Coast due to what it said were
Oh,
national security
no doubt about it, D-boy. No doubt about it. H.A. Sala is a bad MFer. He is bad. I was talking to Bailey earlier on the phone. We were chit-chatting. I called him earlier and wanted to make sure I had the family ties correct. With whose mom is who and sisters and all that stuff. And we were talking about it. And yeah, H.A. Sala is a bad mother. If you can go up against the state prosecutor's office, we're talking about the state. And now, okay, I get it. It's California, and we can talk mess about all the California and say, well, yeah, it's the state. But for him to go up against the state prosecutor's office, and case closed, over, game, H.A. Sala, forget about it. My boy is, yeah. You go up against the state and an investigation that they're performing, you win, you're good. So all the credit to H.A. Sala. Now, I don't know if because he denied the sexual charges from the jump. When Donnie came out with the press conference, Sala automatically jumped all over Donnie, like, how dare he come out with that without the full investigation? So he already knew the next day what he was going to claim. So I don't know if in discussions and investigations with the state office, he was like, look, this is how I'm going to come at your case. And that's a part of the reason why they didn't file the sexual claims. Man. But to beat them, one, not only to not have them file any sexual abuse charges, to get them filed, to have them charge him with the lesser charge and still beat him at the lesser charge. H.A. Sala. That's all you got to say. You walk into court with H.A. Sala, and the whole courtroom turns and notices. We'll say that about H.A. Sala. My boy's good. And how a broke former Kern County supervisor that is claiming that he has no income pays for the best attorney in town? I don't know. I don't know. Crazy. Crazy. Welcome back. It's Monday, but it's my Thursday, I guess you can technically call it, since I'm off the rest of the week, except for Friday. I'll come in and do a show and tell you about all the wonderful gifts that I got for Christmas. And then I'll take the tree down and put it away and do away. I can't, man, it's next year already. I am now the holiday jumper, jumping right over Christmas. And speaking of new things, Salty's Barbecue and Catering found on a new location in that's Northwest. The Northwest, and it is none other than himself, owner, operator of Salty's Barbecue, and my good friend and former neighbor, Mr. Jeff Salters. Good afternoon, sir. Oh, not too bad, not too bad. Just like I said, it's Christmas week. I'm working only 2 days. It couldn't be better, Jeff. It could not be better. How about you? That's the life of a restaurant owner, is it not, sir?
Ground tomorrow on our new location, and we're at 3250 Coffee Road, right there at that Cane's chicken place, and we were super excited. It's so tight, it's so crazy, when you're getting toward the end, it's like, you get a little antsy, and the other day I was in the restaurant at Rosedale, and we had so much food going out the other day. It was just incredible, and the guys are just, they're elbows to elbows in there, man. And I said, hey, check this out. This is the last Christmas you got to do this, because next year you'll have a brand new building.
Wow, yeah. Talk to me about that little Rosedale location. That is the original home of Salty's Barbecue, yeah?
Yes, sir. And so we're going to hang on to that. So we're going to flip it to what we're going to call a Salty's Express.
Uh-oh.
So we will continue to run that location, and but we'll run it as an express spot. So we'll be open there once we open the new store. It'll flip to a Monday through Friday from 11 to 2. So it's going to be a lunch express. So we're going to be able to get in there and blow out sandwiches and salads. And for those that are in a hurry, don't have time to go over and sit down, we've got you covered. Just pop in, grab and go.
Wow, I didn't know that. Wow, okay. I'm learning something new. I thought maybe we were just kind of saying goodbye to the original location and hello to the new one, but that's great that the old location will still stay open as an express. Tell me, what year did you first open that place? And what made you want to open up a barbecue joint?
Yeah, I love barbecue, man. That was kind of our favorite food to eat, man. My boys, you know them. We grew up when they were young kids, and anytime there was a big birthday celebration, I was out there on the grill cooking some tri-tip or ribs and chicken, and we just I loved it, loved the food, and I've always loved the food industry, been in and around it for pretty much my whole career. And so in October of 2012, we got the opportunity, got open the door, and bam, we opened up the Rosedale store. And man, I just say the rest is history. Here we are now, 13 years later. We've opened our second store in White Lane, and now we're on the verge of breaking ground to open up our third location here in town, and just incredible journey that we've been on.
Yeah, it has been incredible. I mean, since you've opened, you've been selected the best of Bakersfield almost every single year. So much so that they said just put him in the Hall of Fame. Just go ahead and just put him right in the Hall of Fame. So much attention that Guy Fieri showed up one time at your place, and you were on the Food Network. I mean, you have had some tremendous success, my friend.
We absolutely have, and I tell people all the time, man, I give all the glory to God, because he's definitely blessed us, blessed our efforts and what we do here, and allowed us to be a big part of our community. We get to do stuff in our community that's just such a blessing, and to be able to help people, support our law enforcement, first responders, and everybody that's involved in that. That's just a blessing, man, and we're grateful to be a part of that. We've done a lot with you guys, through our American General. We've done so many fundraisers and events. It's just being community oriented, and that's what we're doing.
And I love that about you. I know you're a man of God, and your whole family is. And I know the way you guys move in this community. Like you said, you've supported many causes here, whether it's Honor Flight and all the work you've done with them, whether it's, like you said, the many fundraisers for the first responders and doing that. I remember the one time there was that major accident out there, I believe on I-5, and people were out there for a day and a half. And who shows up with just to try to feed people? Mr. Jeff Salters.
Yeah, that was an incredible day, man. Again, like I tell people, one of my employees here, they asked me, like, how do you know to do that? And I said, it's just the way God's wired my heart, right? I saw a need, and I knew that I could do something, right? Mechanics do it all the time, right? Somebody needs a car fixed, and they got the skill to do it. Well, they'll fix the car. I'm in the food industry, and I have the opportunity to feed people in need. And when given those opportunities, and it all works, then that's what we do.
And those are just some of the instances that people know about, because I know you do things quietly sometimes and nobody knows about, whether you're feeding the whole entire Honor Flight people flying back, and there's a layover that lasted longer than it was expected. And Jeff's on the phone, hey, we got to feed these veterans, man. They've been sitting here all day. And it's just your heart and your love for this community. And I'm so happy that you guys now even get to expand into a bigger location over there. Talk to me about what that location is going to look like.
So it's going to be a beautiful location. So one of the things that I always look at is how you branding, right? You know, my brand, you know, the Salty's barbecue logo is just grid behind it, which is kind of like a grill, you know, emphasizing a barbecue. Well, as I get ready to expand and I look at the future, I'm like, you know, yeah,
and that's how I know. That's how I know, Jeff. Like, I'll see you driving down the freeway, and I'm like, oh yeah, there goes Jeff Salters right there. I can see the big old logo on the back of his big old truck.
Yeah, exactly. So what we do is that when we designed this new location, I took some of the design elements that are at the White Lane store, which is that big black building there. You know, obviously not the train, but the big black building has kind of got that angle that it comes down and the logo's up there. And so we used that, we incorporated that into this new location and kind of, you know, I always tell people I want to be like the Chick-fil-A or In-N-Out of barbecue, right? It's just very systematic, very organized, and just man, this is what we do. And so we're going to build this building, and it'll have a design element that will resemble the building at White Lane.
And this is an all-new building, right? This isn't like an existing building that you're retrofitting. This is an all-new building.
From the ground, we designed this thing from the ground up. We designed the kitchen, the dining room, everything about this building. We've had our hands in the design phase of it. And so what my hope was that as we designed the building, that I said, look, that White Lane has that design, right? That building, that little angular spot. This building will have it. And then as we grow, you know, and I hope that happens across the country. Who knows, right? I don't know where God's taking us, but I'm going to plan ahead, right? You know, you pray for rain and bring an umbrella.
Right. Or build an ark.
Exactly. And so by doing this, we create this branding, right? You see that building, you go, oh, that's the building. If you go In-N-Out, what do you look for In-N-Out every time? You know, those two crisscross palm trees.
Yeah.
Every time. It's their standard. It's their deal. You know, McDonald's is them golden arches.
It's arches.
Go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're just, you know, trying to plan ahead, and that'll be a design element. You'll see it should be out there on some of our posts. We've got pictures of it out there and stuff of our design. And but yeah, it's super exciting, man. I appreciate you and all you do in our community as well. And you know, American General, you guys have been great partners in our marketing as we've grown our business over the years. So super excited to continue to do that, continue to move forward, and see where God takes us.
That's all you can do, my friend. And congratulations to you, your family, and all of your team on this new thing. What's a time frame? What are you looking at? You're talking about this is the last Christmas in the old place. I don't want to tie you down to a specific date or anything, but a time frame at least. My
contractor tells me 7 months, so I give them an extra. So we should be technically we're hoping to depend on weather now, right? By the time I get to break ground, we get rain because that's what we do. You know, that's just the way that's the way I roll. Oh, I'm going to break ground here. Let's throw some rain in.
Let's throw a little mix in there.
But we won't see starting to work happen until January. You know, first week of January. We hopefully the weather will work with us, and we'll be able to really get going in January. And from there, the plan is 7 months. That's what everybody's number is. We're going to drive it really hard to try to hit that 7 month mark. But so I say, you know, late July, early August, we should be having a grand opening and ribbon cutting, and we'll have you out there to help us celebrate that.
Of course, I'll be out there, man. Of course, I'll be out there. Yeah, we can still enjoy that summer.
We'll have you out there on the patio. We'll have you en route to your show, so you can do the live, you know, from Salty's Food Store from 2 to 3, and then the route come in and do this from 3 to 6 right there at Salty's Barbecue.
You don't have
that sounds like a plan.
You ain't got to twist my leg, brother. I'm already there anyways. You talk about marketing. The best marketing, Jeff, is in disclosure. My daughter goes to school with your grandkids, and so when your son Robert comes to pick up the kids sometimes, right? And we'll be standing there and we'll start to walk out, and there he is with his Salty shirt on and everything, and that's great, Jeff. But it's the minute that my daughter smells the barbecue on him, she's like, she is asking, can we get Salties tonight? And I always look at him like, you do this on purpose. You're worse than Disneyland when I walk down Main Street and can smell the popcorn and churros. It's like I smell the barbecue and I instantly think of Salties.
Hey, we're doing our part to help you, brother. Build that father-daughter time.
Well, we love it. We love the White Lane location and the train station, but I'm sure this new Rosedale location is going to be even bigger and better. So I can't wait till it opens, sir.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thanks for all the support. God bless you guys, and Merry Christmas to you and all your listeners out there and all the supporters. Man, we are just very grateful, and we look forward to a great Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Yeah, and you can still get Salties all the way. That Rosedale location right now, the one just down from Rosedale and Callaway, that's still open. Gonna stay open. They're also doing catering, and they got the banquet hall over there on the Wayne Lane location. Folks need to get a hold of you. Tell them how they get a hold of you, Jeff.
You call us at 549-FIRE. That's 549-3473. You can all of our catering. If you want to get the last minute order for your family, we'll go to either one of our locations at 9425 Rosedale Highway, 6801 White Lane, or saltiesbbq.com. And as I say on the radio, folks, you know the line. Say it with me. California grilled.
Texas approved.
That's my man.
All right, brother. I will see you tomorrow. I'm going to come out there for your groundbreaking, man.
Right on. And you know what? And Salty's gift cards are available too. So if you need to go get a gift card, you don't want to get that family member, give them the gift of barbecue.
It's the best gift that you can possibly give somebody, Jeff.
Hey, brother. Have a great day.
You do the same. Thanks for calling in, my friend.
You got it. Bye-bye.
Jeff Salters, owner, operator of Salty's Barbecue and Catering, talking about the groundbreaking happening tomorrow, set for their new location off of Rosedale and Coffee. But you can still go get that barbecue tonight. Just stop by one of their two locations, the train station over there off of White Lane, or that original location, which we've learned is going to stay open. Be a little lunch express for Salty's Barbecue over off of Rosedale and Callaway. Merry Christmas to Jeff Salters and his entire family and all the things that they do in this community. Come back on the other side, talk a little bit of sports, get your calls and comments. 661-842-5376, 661-842-KERN. It's the JR Show. We'll be right back.
News Talk 96.1.
I love my job. I really do. I'm also glad I don't have to work holidays, just another day. Hold on, let's go back up. Let's go back up. Hold on. I know what I'm saying. Hold on. Yes, H.A. Sala. No. Good, I didn't get you in trouble, Sergio. Good. You're on vacation. You're still on vacation, my friend. Hi, everyone. I am new. Hello, Teresa Harris. Welcome. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the broadcast. Nice to have you here. Curious to see how you found us. But welcome. This is a welcoming community. Feel free to share your ideas and thoughts openly. There's nobody here that's going to beat you up, because I will get them if they do. Ray, how about a GoFundMe or go to hire Michelle or Michael or Blindside, because it's time for the Scrivners to go. You're funny, Barry. I am so glad I don't have to work holidays. Just another day for me. My wife and I had our first date at Salty's on White Lane. That's it. Sergio, that's how you know she's a keeper, brother. That's how you know she's a keeper. If on the first date she's down to go for some barbecue, woo, that's a keeper. You better propose right there on the deck. That was the day we both decided, yep, this is the one over way to try to some briskets. Oh, that's so funny. I love it. I'm going to tell Jeff. That's great. I have to go to Salty since Mikieta does no now do barbecues anymore. Merry Christmas, Chris Orr. Cotton Eye Bro. Hi from Portland. What's up, Cotton Eye Bro? All the way from Portland. Welcome. How did you find us? Are you originally from Bakersfield and the community? Let me know. Mary needs to, Salties needs to open up one here in Lake Isabella. I'm sure you heard him. We're going to take it national. I'm sure he's open to the idea. If the community is willing to get it, I'll put it in his ear. Oh, goodness gracious. I don't know why I'm in a good mood right now. I just all of a sudden that interview and just all that, yeah, I got me giddy for some reason. I'm in a good mood. Until we come back, and then I got to talk about something. Go back to my original statement about how, yes, maybe it is about who you know and who you are in this community. I'm so tired of it. So tired of it. But we'll continue to call it out here on the JR Show. I don't care how many friends I lose. Friends. We'll say friends. No, you friendly to me because I have an hour that I can run my mouth all day about. That's why you're friends with me. We ain't friends. You're friendly to me because you don't want JR to run his mouth. Guess what? I don't care. I run my mouth anyways. I get paid to do it. I love my job.
Leave a door for Johnny. Ha! Leave a door.
I love James Brown.
Ha! Leave something pretty for Johnny.
That is the Godfather of Soul, right?
That's
James Brown.
Santa Claus.
I'd put James Brown and the James Brown Band probably in the top 5. A lot of people probably wouldn't agree with that, but I'd put James Brown and the James Brown Band in the top 5 of all time. James Brown, yeah. I want to thank Jeff Salters for coming on the program. Salty's Barbecue, go get you some tonight. I probably am, if not sometime this week. I know my daughter's going to want it. 661-842-5376, 661-842-KERN. Let me clear the board before I tell you this next story about, it's all about who you are and who you know in Kern County. Anything down there, sir?
Yeah, I got a couple here.
What you
got? She obviously obstructed justice and should be punished accordingly.
I'm just saying, if the state has evidence to the point where they'll say it in court, because he's not just going to make that up just to say it on the side. He said that in court during the mental health diversion hearing. The state prosecutor, not JR, not somebody called JR and told him, speaking of calling JR and telling him something, I got about 5 text messages this weekend and messages on social media saying, hey, did you see this? Hey, did you see this? Is this real? Did you see this? Yes, I saw it. And if you watched the city council meeting from last Wednesday, then you saw it too. And that's all I'm going to say about that for right now. But it's just, 661-8. I forgot where was I going? I totally forgot. 661-842-5376. So yeah, she obstructed justice. Boy, did she. And that's the state prosecutor's claim, not somebody called JR and told him. I just saw it in the court. 661-842-KERN. What else?
I would love for Cynthia to run for DA again so she could just get demolished and realize how much Bakersfield doesn't really like them anymore.
I don't think she'll go. Not because, again, I have inside information or trust me, people don't like JR. No, it's okay. It's fine. I don't need your inside information. I know things already. I don't think she's going to run again. I don't think she wants to deal with the scrutiny because, of course, what's the first thing that anybody is going to ask her? Now, remember, last time she ran unopposed. Before that, she had a challenger, Scott Spillman, I believe, who worked in her office, who is now refereeing football games in Ridgecrest. No, I'm not kidding. I think he was a high school referee on his side job. But last time she ran unopposed, if there was ever anybody that ever thought about being district attorney, this coming year is the year to run. And the first thing that she'll have to answer to in any kind of debate, or if she has any kind of opponent, is going to be the Zack Scrivner. And if I was running against her, which I'm not because I don't even come close to being able to become the district attorney, I would mention another case about how so much injustice there is when it comes to prosecuting people and sentencing them. Now, I know she doesn't have to do anything with the sentence. The district attorney just prosecutes the case, and it's up to the judge to do the sentencing. I know, not because I've been in the justice system, but I know how it works. I've never had to go through. I was arrested once, just once, and it was a civil thing. Had nothing to do with anything criminal. I've already said too much. But this next case that I want to read to you before I get out of here, just because I'll be off the next couple of days, but it just proves more of the imbalance of justice in this community. I'll just read the story right from KGET and tell me what it makes you think of. A man who pleaded no contest to all of the charges in connection with an alleged drunken driving crash that injured several people, including a child, was sentenced to 5 years in prison. Dionisio Gallegos Ramirez, 35, was sentenced last Wednesday, a month after he made an open plea in the hope of receiving less time than prosecutors sought. The plea was made over the objection of prosecutors and accepted by Judge Gloria Cannon. It all stems from an accident on November 2nd where he was driving a Mazda south on Fruitvale Avenue when he entered the intersection of Hageman on a red light. He hit an eastbound Mitsubishi Outlander. 2 adults and a child were injured. He pled no contest to felony charges of DUI causing injury and reckless driving, a misdemeanor charge of driving on a license suspended or revoked for DUI, and 2 traffic infractions. Failure to stop at the red light and no proof of insurance. And my boy got sentenced to 5 years because he laid down on the mercy of the court, saying, I hold myself accountable and am taking full responsibility for this accident, and still got 5 years. But my birthday girl last Friday, Miss Madison Williams, who's only going to sit in Kern County Lerdo jail facility she got sentenced to a year. She got 90 days credit. How? God, I don't know. When she probably only spent 2 weeks in jail, is supposed to only do 9 months, will probably get kicked after a month. I don't feel bad that she had to spend last Friday her birthday in jail, and I hope she has a Merry Christmas in there too. And on a previous DUI that she had, and on this one, she claimed to know all of the judges in town. And during his sentencing, the judge said, well, I can't look at any cases that would show that why she should receive the 16 years that the prosecution is hoping to get. Well, now you have one, Judge. Now you have a guy that laid down mercy on the court. I am here to say I did it. Please punish me for my crimes. In 5 years, Miss Madison Williams hasn't taken one single day of accountability or responsibility for that accident she caused. She used everything in her power to try to get out of it. I'm sick and tired of this community of who you know. Now, just for lawsuit purposes, I am not claiming that Madison Williams knew the judge in her case, or that there is any truth to the claims that she herself made, that she knows all of the judges. Talk about a conflict of interest, but not in this community. I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas. I'll see you on Friday, the day after Christmas. But enjoy, please, because I got to get out of here and make room for the Ralph Bailey Show. It's a Monday. Kathy Abernathy? I got to get out of here. This is the JR Show. Lily, Dad loves you. Merry Christmas!
This is AM 1180 KERN Green Acres. This is 96.1 FM.
Sorry, y'all. Was that too much? Is that too much? Tell me if it's too much. I'll bring it down if it's too much. But that stuff just gets me. I don't care if he hit a car. Then he hit a car, not a house, but he injured 2 people and a kid. He injured 2 people and a kid. The injuries of the occupants of whether it was a vehicle or a house. Yes, you're probably making the point that it was even less of a crime that he only had a car and not a whole house. Oh my gosh. Oh, I hate this town, but I love you all. Love you all. Thank you for everything you guys this year. Thank you for all of your support. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I hate to do it without you guys, and I do it just for you guys. I'll be back on Friday. You guys have a Merry Christmas. Love each other. Spend time with your family this holiday. It's not about the gifts, but the gift of the people that you love, and be around them. I love you guys.
As well as cause flight delays to New York Airport.